Welcome to our Airstream bedroom. We're having like a little slumber party Q&A. Okay, so I went to Instagram today and asked you guys if you had any questions in regards to the Airstream life, RV life, living in a tiny home, road tripping, basically the lifestyle that we've been living for the last 7+ months.
We've gotten a ton of questions that, we wouldn't necessarily make an entire video on that one question. Some of them, yes, but this is going to be more like rapid fire questions, and you guys will get a ton of information on tiny house living and RV living in this video. Okay,
so let's start. Eva Jannard, how do you find good places to park while on the road?
Good question. There's a lot of free apps, so you can just download apps, and that way you can find free places to stay. There are so many free places to stay. You can essentially just live in an RV out where no one might find you, and then just keep switching locations, and that's completely legal and completely free.
Champignon Brisky, how is Puppy adjusting to life on the road? Puppy, how are you adjusting to life on the road? If you guys haven't met Atlas yet, or didn't know we had a puppy, we do. This is Atlas. He lives in the Airstream with us, and he's going to travel the world. He's very tired because he played with a lot of puppies today.
Dogs seem to really love the Airstream. It's like a very big, fun doghouse, essentially.
Yeah.
There's all this fun stuff and fun smells, but they're still outside,
and
but
they can
they're
hear
inside.
Sounds too, so many different sounds, like birds and crickets and stuff that you wouldn't necessarily hear when you're in a house. He gets to experience new hiking paths, new dog parks, just like he's outside pretty much all the time, just like we are, because this lifestyle makes you go outside more. That's part of why we wanted to do it.
I love what you guys are doing. I guess my question is, how do you go from dream to reality? How did you make it happen? You must be very busy people.
We are very busy. I think everyone is busy in their own way too. So to make your dreams happen, is you just got to take action. We are both really strong believers in we can do whatever we set our minds to, and we've been doing that our whole lives.
You look at obstacles not as obstacles, you just see solutions, which is typically what we do most of the time. We just see answers, we see solutions, ways that it can work. Your dreams are going to come true.
Emily Saita 89 asks, what are some tips and tricks on saving water? That's a great question, because since living in Luna, we've been way more aware of water consumption.
Yeah, we also have low gallon per minute flows on our shower heads and our faucets. So our shower head, for example, is a 1 gallon per minute flow. So even if it's full blast, it's only going to drain 1 gallon per minute.
We only use water that we need. We don't keep it running. World of Ronnie G, what is your next big road trip?
Actually, first we're going to Field Trip. That's coming up this weekend.
Oh, yes, that is a road trip.
So that's 2 hours we're driving. It's not the farthest road trip, but we're attending Field Trip, which is this awesome collective of entrepreneurs and people in the arts. And we're going to be speaking there on tiny house living, which is really neat.
Jules Well asks, how do you deal with moisture? That is something that you have to deal with because molds can grow.
Yeah, this thing... What are you dreaming about? It isn't airtight, and there is a bit of air flow that comes naturally. But we also have 3 fans, and if we just open these fans, it airs everything out beautifully.
Also, we have a dry heater, a little portable heater that really dries up this place. Laura Hank asked, do you have friends over or not really? How does that work? Our kitchen table goes down and turns into a king-class bed. We've had tons of visitors already. In terms of space, it can be a little bit overwhelming at times having more 4 people plus in the Airstream for a week at a time, but you deal with it and you leave if you need to. Oh, this is a great one. It's Michael Marshall. What's your relationship survival technique when you get on each other's nerves in such a tiny space? That never happens.
It's actually more annoying just physically bumping into each other.
Yes.
I just find that irritating on my body.
Like this?
No, that's okay. That's fluffy and nice. There's a lot of dancing.
So how do you survive it? We have certain coffee shops or whatever. There's places to hike. Places to go if we need to get away from each other, and that's totally normal. It's so healthy and so important to have your own separate space and your time apart.
The key to sticking together, don't stick together.
Let's move forward. We have too much headroom. This is the technical side of us.
Is this also too bright? You have a cool hat, though.
I know.
Why don't I have a cool hat?
Okay.
Bam.
Way to go, Grandpa. He's back. I Am Sweet Lime asked, tell me about grocery shopping. Do you rely on eating out? Not at all. We have a lot of space in here. Our fridge may look small, but it fits so much. Especially for 2 people, it's perfect. But we eat out maybe like once a week.
I love eating out. I hate cooking.
Yeah, you do.
I do cook, but like...
79 Majab asked, how long are you planning to live this way?
For as long as we want. I mean, I have no intention of like really living in a house anytime soon. I want my own space in terms of land. And if I want to build something on that land, I'm fine using this as my bedroom, but then like there's another building that's like an activity area.
I do sometimes crave bigger spaces. That's also because I've been used to that. But I do also miss the Airstream when I'm away from it for a couple days. So I don't know what the future holds, but that's cool. Sana Rizanen asked, what do you plan to do with Luna if you go on a longer trip abroad?
We have already done that, and we can just pay for storage.
Do you have all your stuff in the Airstream, or do you have any storage as well? What we have in the Airstream is what we own, except for 2 totes, which we have in my parents' place. That's just memorabilia stuff that we have from our childhood. Finding Rebecca asked, do you think you'll have kids in the Airstream? Yeah.
I don't see why not.
How do you deal with loneliness, lack of face-to-face community when you're on the road? The RV community has been great.
There's like a whole subculture of RV travelers and people that live on the road that we had no idea about. We see that community. People are smiling, people are hanging out with each other. They just like walk up to you and just start talking. 2 separate ladies at 2 separate RV parks asked for sugar. Like they didn't have sugar. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like I gave them some sugar, and the next day there was fresh baked cookies on our doorstep.
They were so good.
It was amazing.
Ali Began asked, where did you get your bathroom, tap, sink, kitchen stuff?
We'll put a link in the description box.
Oh, hi. No. Asked, how much did it cost y'all to do the renovation?
$13,000 we paid for Luna, and then we put about $40,000 into renovations.
Christy Boothway asked, what's the most rewarding thing about living in a tiny home Airstream?
I'd say changing your view. Like, I can literally see the ocean right now.
I also love that outside feels as much as home as the inside, so I feel closer to nature than ever before. Christy Boothway, you just got good questions. What's the biggest distance you have traveled in your Airstream so far? We drove from Ontario all the way to LA, and it was how many kilometers?
I'd say 8,000 kilometers, which is probably 5,000 miles or so.
If you could build it again, what would you change? I would change the size of the sink in the bathroom. It is too small. It's great for like just brushing your teeth, but I cannot wash my face in there without making a disaster of the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll change that sink shortly.
Yeah.
I don't think I would change anything else. Like we customized this thing to be
we were very particular.
To be perfect for us. So like no, I wouldn't want to change it.
All right, guys, thank you so much for all of these amazing questions. I love answering them. It's so much fun to do Q&As, especially when you're like having a slumber party at the same time.
Send us more questions. Like we want to make these videos as often as needed because we want to teach you guys what we've learned. And we've learned quite a bit in a short period of time.
Yeah, Airstream life has been so much fun. It's a really great way to live. And you meet so many cool, interesting people on your journey. And you really get to connect with places that you visit because you can stay for long periods of time, but also feel like you're home. Because no matter where you go, wherever you park is your home. What is that? Oh, our laundry's ready. It's like a slumber party. Because everyone juggles oranges.
Can you juggle?
I can juggle 2. I can't juggle 3. Ah!